Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sakshi Bhardwaj. So today the topic is general organization and affinities of Thalacia. What we're going to read about this in general organization, body organization, the colonial and ciliary forms and life cycle of Thalacia, and some affinities. So general organization, when we talk about it, so they basically has a gelatinous body shape, which they are also translucent. We can see through it. Has a barrel or spindle shaped body, like a cylindrical shaped body, and they're encased in tunic. When you talk about tunic, what is it? So tunic is basically a outer covering which is formed of a substance called tunicin. That's why it is known as tunic. They have muscle bands which contract and relax for the water propulsion in order to help it to move. Also, we have siphons. Siphons are kind of openings like at the opposite ends. One of them is oral siphon, another is atrial siphon. Oral siphon is for the water intake, whereas atrial siphon is for the water exit. Pharynx, which is used for the filter feeding, it aids in filter feeding. Next is endostyle. What is endostyle? Endostyle is the groove in pharynx region of the Thalacia. So that groove is basically having mucus. That mucus is to the trapping of food particle to feed them. Another thing is colonial and solitary form. So basically Thalacian can exist in colonial as well as solitary form. Colonial, they are existing as groups, whereas in solitary they are living as an individual. But in case of Thalacian, only one colonial Thalacian is found, which is pyrozones. So like around thousands or hundreds of zooids live together and they are encased in a gelatinous layer so that they are bound together. Another is feed and filter water, like with water propulsion. So they are doing that work with together, like they are doing it simultaneously in a group. Whereas in the case of solitary forms, only with their example like salps and doliolids, so they can be either solitary individual, a single individual is living together, or in groups. They depend on the species and their life stages. Another thing is life cycle. So they basically show alternation of generation. So there are sexual and asexual reproductive phases in their life cycle. And how that begins is they begin with the solitary form, which is known as oozoid. It is an asexual form. In that asexual form, they reproduce and form the budding chains. When these budding chains are formed, they are known as blastozoid. Now these blastozoids are sexual. So these blastozoids form gametes, develop the new oozoid like through sexual procedure and continue the cycle to the beginning of the oozoid. Let's have a look at the stages and events occurring. The first stage is in which the adult reproduces sexual. That is known as sexual reproduction. Then second thing that happens is the fertilized egg develops into the tadpole-like larvas, and that is the development of larva, the stage. Then these fertilized larvae which are formed, they transform into solitary adults, which are now asexual birds kind of. Then these birds are in the stage of transformation of asexual phase. Then these birds form chains or colonies. Now these chains are also asexual chains. After that, these this is sorry asexual, there is a misprint. So then these new zooids are formed and they get back into the beginning of the journey where the asexual reproduction will take place. Yeah. Then after, this is a diagram. You can see there is an oozoid, then gastrozoid, then phorozoid, gonozoid, and then again gonozoid, and then the fertilization is occurring, which is the sexual phase. The whole cycle was asexual, then the sexual phase came, and the tail larva is formed, and then it gives birth to the oozoid, which is again an asexual individual. Then when we talk about the ecological role, so they're basically filter feeder of the oceans. So one of there's this, another is they form the prey for many animals, and like they are also participating in the food cycle. When we talk about the affinity, so these Thalacias do not have a clear cut line that we can distinguish into the separate group. So their exacerbations are very blurred. So let's have a look at how these Thalacia share similar characteristic with the other groups. As such, it cannot be directly placed into a single group. So one of them is with the chordates. So very common with the chordate, they share that the pharyngeal gill slits they have. Another thing is they also have some non-chordate like characters, such as they have jet propulsion. They also have the very like simple organization of the body. So this also forms a very simple characteristic. Then also they share characteristic with the annelids, like the bilateral symmetry, or we can talk about the metamorphosis is also found in it, which is similar to the annelids. Also they are filter feeders, which is very similar character to the sponges. So there are many certain characters which are found in them, which resemble them with the another groups or the members of the animal kingdom.